With equality, liberty, and fraternity, we Gen Zs are aiming towards building a safer place for the people of Pride community. Hi, I'm Bhavi Seth. I'm Head of Project Management of Ecell at St. Joseph's College. And today we want to know what exactly does the people of Pride community expects in a workplace. So today we have with us Ms. Nandana K. She's a first year student of Shubnadar University and pursues an English major. Nanda, I would like to ask a question. What are some of the things you wish to see in a prospective work environment in terms of opportunities, representation, and policies?
So some of the things that I think the queer community would be looking forward to seeing in their workspaces would be to hire more queer people. And by hiring more queer people, there is diversity that should be expected from within the queer community as well when being represented. You cannot have like a cookie cutter approach to it. You can't have one gay representative and then expect them to understand the nuances of being a member of the queer community. So it's important that you hire people, queer people from across different castes, Dalit queer communities, from queer people with disabilities, queer people who are neurodivergent and existing in the autistic spectrum. So I think hiring more queer people is the very first step that you need to be taking. And I think the second thing that we'd be looking forward to would be policy making, of course. And in policy making, who are the people who are making these decisions for them? Like involving queer representatives in the policy making, because you cannot have a bunch of top executives sitting and thinking about what could be best if they themselves are not entirely sensitized to the needs and the wants of the queer community and their queer employees. So it's important to have queer people in these meetings, having these conversations with the management themselves. And the third would be sensitization of the employees, of the other heteronormative or cisnormative employees. The fourth would be you need to conduct regular feedbacks or audits of the queer employees' experiences in the workplace. Because it's only with consistent feedback, consistent noting down of what it is that they think can be bettered, or what it is that they think they are more in need of, or that the workplace is lacking currently, or if they have any complaints that they like to take up, harassments, if they feel unsafe in spaces that they are working in. It's important that the human resources department notes these things and actively work to try and make them feel more included, because that is what a workspace needs. Like, you need your employees at the top of their game, feeling comfortable enough to engage with their work. The fifth would be to enforce more gender neutral spaces, to enforce gender neutral terminologies, because as a person, you are made up of the interactions that you form with society around you. So we are yet to try and see people from outside of the gender binaries of just simply male or female. There are people who are gender queer, people who are gender fluid, non-binary people. So in official terminologies, in official papers, while addressing, it's important to hold seminars and again, sensitize the employees on how gender, as we thought we knew, as simply one or two, or like 0 or 1, as just female or male, it never existed to begin with. But the perceptions that we form about what gender is and what gender can be needs to be changed. And then sixth, I'd say more importantly, is in a corporate workplace, it's very important that you're actively supportive of your queer employees. It can't be a kind of passive take, right? Because all these things that are so, what do you say, taken for granted for, like, once again, like cisgender or heteronormative employees are harder for those who don't conform, right? It's important that you provide them with benefits that will help them feel safer. For example, in regards to insurance, covering the gender reaffirmation gender affirmation surgeries of trans people, or giving housing to queer employees who find it hard to find it, because we are very much yet to reach a space where people are very accepting of us in like general society. So as an employer, it is important that you feel that the employee is not just safe like within the workspace only, but that they have a place to return to, because they will be obviously working from, especially in these times, you don't exactly have an office that you're working from. So providing them spaces not just within the office itself, but to ensure that they are being housed properly too. And also, again, talking about gender neutral terminologies, it's important that these things like menstrual leaves or pregnancy leaves, they're not extended just for women, cis women. It's also for anyone who gets their periods, trans men who get their periods, or trans people who do get pregnant. So yeah, all these things are necessary to bring about a more healthy working space for the queer community.
That was a great insight. Thank you so much for speaking to us.